And like that, this is a show that I just created on top of my head, but we are here and it's finally, Billsley, finally, we have a show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to not only Cowboys Nation, we welcome not only our diehard fans, we also invite the haters in the room as well. Welcome to Cowboy Shit Talk. I am your host, Donnell Lamonte Morris, with my co-host, Billingsley. Hold up. Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, let's go. Let's go. So let me school everybody says this is our very first show. Hopefully it's a first show of many. This was inspired by today. I already talked to Billsley about it, so let me go ahead and give the story, and I have to break it down piece by piece. Because Cowboy fans, you already know how it is, so let me just go ahead and just start off like this. So I found a new hobby, and that's at the horse track. So as I'm about to go place my bets, I hear this group talking about my Cowboys and how, oh my goodness, that the Cowboys, they lost to Philadelphia. No, I don't know how they're gonna do. And I had my hat, I had on this hat. I took it off just like this, and I did this with a smile on my face, like, typical. Well, you think y'all gonna do something? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do something. So let me start with Exhibit A, the 49ers fan.
Oh,
because he was the loudest one. My team came out of his mouth.
Oh my God.
So here was his arguments. So one of his arguments was, when the last time y'all went to the playoffs? Then his next one, when the last time y'all went to a Super Bowl? Then the next one, Dak Prescott sucks. So let's go ahead and handle that one by one. So he said, when the last time y'all went to the playoffs? Obviously 2018. Even the guy who was just standing next to me, who was part of that group, like, yeah, they did 2018. And you know what his excuse was? Oh, every dog has his day. Okay. So then in between those questions, I asked them, who's your team? I'm from Fresno. Okay. Who's your team? Because a lot of haters would say the Cowboys sucks and don't have a team, or have a team that have any relevancy. Who's your team? I'm from Fresno. Okay. Fresno. Oh. I'm a Niners fan. I'm like, okay, you could have just answered that the first time.
Hey, he probably was ashamed to even say it, but I digress.
Right. And so to continue on this unfortunate path, this cat literally had the nerve to sit there and say, when the last time y'all went to a Super Bowl? And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Whoa. Super Bowl. And then you had all his other guys jumping on in, and I would get to them later. I said, but sir, first of all, he said, well, we did make it to the Super Bowl. And did we beat y'all last year? I'm like, yeah, I take down the chin. You don't hear me complaining about it. But did y'all go to the Super Bowl last year? No, but we went for it. The question was, did y'all go to the Super Bowl? No, but we got, then that's it. You can't say nothing, because guess what? Your ass was sitting. I want to tell the part where your ass was sitting next to us in the sofa. So basically, we were just saving you a spot.
Also known as the big comfy couch.
Right. You said just in the words of Cedric the Entertainer in the freaking goddamn in the first barbershop. Only thing you did was sit yo happy black ass down. And that's exactly what you did. And the rest of Niner Nation, whatever the hell y'all want to call yourselves nowadays, y'all set y'all happy ass down. And you know what? Not even y'all. You and E40, who came up in our stadium with all that root, all in that damn red, all in that fur, sat down next to us.
Whoa, be careful with E40. I think he has phonetic signs with him when he did that. I digress.
Yeah. He said, tell me when to go. I said, right here.
Right, exactly.
Right here. Tell me when to go. Right here. Tell me when to go. Right here. Right here. Yeah, I was ghost riding the whip, putting right there inside that free couch.
Yeah.
Now watch it sway. Watch it swing.
Hell
Watch
yeah,
the point.
bro.
Watch the point.
Hear me tripping, man.
Yeah. So first of all, let's go ahead and throw that out the freaking window. So then he said, when the last time you went to the Super Bowl? I'm like, okay, we haven't went. But was it y'all that went to a Super Bowl a many moons ago and y'all choked? But at least we made it. No, sir. That's not the point. That's not the point. And then the guy next to him was trying to vouch for him, was like, well, they did make it to a Super Bowl. And like Cowboy. I'm like, that doesn't matter. I said, is it matter that you make it to the Super Bowl or you win the Lombardi Trophy or win the championship? Do quiet. And then he tried to say something else. I said, what's more important, making it to the Super Bowl or actually winning the Super Bowl?
Prime example, do they usually remember the losers of the Super Bowl? Usually don't. They just remember who really won the trophy. I mean, the losers get rings, which I don't put it past them. Not saying that they weren't formidable opponents, unless you were Buffalo, who went 4 times and never won. But regardless of the fact, is this: if you make it to the big dance, that's a big deal. I get it, but right. Yeah. But don't talk shit though.
Don't talk shit. What now he said? What did it take to be number one? What he said? 2 is now a number and 3 nobody remembers.
Nelly, good old Nelly. That is one of the most wisest things that he has ever said. Matter of fact, I had to use that same line on my sister because she tried to go ahead and say, "Our parents saved the best for last," because she's the youngest, and I was like, I started saying that line from Nelly, and then she was like, "Shut the fuck up." I was like, dude.
I mean, it's true. So
I'm like, it is. It's true, buddy.
And then also, because I said, but y'all choked. Y'all lost. And I said, how? And I was like, how did you lose? Tell me. Well, we lost. I said, how did you lose? You sitting there saying Dak Prescott, going to the third question, Dak Prescott sucks. You said that Dak sucked, but your quarterback choked. Not to mention, that's coaching. Oh wow, now it's coaching. Now it's coaching. I love how we just moved the goalpost. We go from saying that the quarterback sucks, and then we talk about your quarterback. Oh, it's the coaching. I was like, wow, like really, my dude. First of all, and Dak, and I'm like, Dak sucks. What make you think Dak sucks? Oh, because he had that one bad game that he got injured on. Really? So we just gonna, based upon this guy's one game this year, that he's absolute garbage? Are you fucking serious? Got done with him.
I mean, the way I look at it is, how would they recover if they threw their hand at full velocity into a helmet? I mean, would they recover?
Twice.
Yeah, I mean,
twice.
I'm just
Romo had it happen. I'm trying to figure out you. Romo had that mess happen. He still went out there and played and still got injured. We had to use him as a freak, use a backup, and he still came in. But I digress. So now I go to Exhibit B, the Steelers fan. So let's continue on with this Dak conversation here. So this dude literally, listen to me, literally with the unmitigated gall, without even blinking, literally said that Jalen Hurts was better than Dak Prescott. And so it just baffles the mind. The same exact people that said that what's his face was better than Dak. Oh yeah, he plays for the Commanders.
Oh, Cousins? Was it
Oh,
Cousins?
not Cousins.
Oh no. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I think my 12-year-old son could play better than
Mister,
Cousins.
I'm gonna give you a hint because he's been playing like that all through the year. Wentz.
No,
Because you remember
it goes.
once a
No, it goes like this. Because he plays so horrible. He plays horrible. I don't even want to see it. Matter of fact, when we played against him, I really didn't even want to watch the game because he was horrible, man.
It was.
I was like, what the
I
hell?
was surprised that the freaking Commanders, or as I call them, the commies, chose to pick this man up. That's the thing that blew my mind.
Wait a minute. Darnell, they do that all the time. They pick some of the most retarded players, give them big contracts, and then all of a sudden, when they don't produce for them, they're at the boardroom asking why. Why are we such in debt? Oh, because it was the billion-dollar player that you picked, and then you made the salary cap so much that you can't even pay your other players who are producing. Wait a minute, that's a stretch if you play for those guys. But anyway, like I said,
right. But see, they would get all the excuses for it. They'd be talking about it and still would give them the excuse. But if Dallas would have did it, oh, Jerry Jones is an idiot. Mike McCarthy, he's this, he's that. Steven, I thought he was gonna be the better Jones out the Joneses, but he's no different than his dad. And so you know how that goes. So this guy, so going back to what I was saying, because everybody was sitting there saying Wentz was better than Dak. So Wentz got kicked to the curb by Felicia out of Philadelphia and went to the Colts, then went back into NFC East to the commies. So technically, Dak's better. Did Dak win that? I just want to know. I'm asking for a friend. Does that technically mean that Dak Prescott won? Because he was winning anyway. But when
with the same team too. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Right. Because he had that one breakout year.
Mm-hmm.
Even during that year, did he get injured on the first playoff game? He was injured the season before when the Eagles sold their soul and won that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand how in the world that was even a freaking conversation.
I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it.
Go ahead.
The way I mentioned it to you earlier. Always remember, if the Cowboys do it, it's a big deal. If a whole nother team does it, it's not that big of a deal. Why? Because the Cowboys, crazy enough, even though we haven't won a Super Bowl in a while, is the standard of the NFL. Picture me rolling. So basically, you go ahead and tear down Texas Stadium. What does Jerry Jones do? He builds $1 billion state-of-the-art stadium with everything, rotating rooms and all this other shit. I was like, what was he thinking about? But yet and still got this big screen television that kickers keep hitting every time they play the game. But yet and still, what did the other teams do? Oh, they needed a new state-of-the-art stadium that had all the bells and whistles that Cowboy Stadium have. I know it's AT&T Stadium, but I call it Cowboy Stadium. They needed all the bells and whistles too, because one man took some money out of his pocket and say, y'all, I'm getting the best. And so that happens. Then all of a sudden, you have this owner who has teammates who gets in trouble. Catch some cocaine in their possession. So what does this owner do? Find some cocaine in his limo. Oh, man, I can't believe it. Somebody else do it. Oh, man, he was trying to be, team camaraderie and all that other stuff. Jerry Jones do it. Oh, he's an asshole. I can't believe he would do such a thing. Gosh. This is ridiculous. I can't believe it. Blah, 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 blah. And then they mentioned this thing about quarterback controversy, right? And what did he say to the press? I love quarterback controversy. This is a good deal. How dare you say that? That is wrong. That's the only time they vouched for Dak Prescott at that point in time. Like, he's been loyal to you guys. How dare you say that to him, man? That's messed up. But let it be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wait a minute, let's not go that far. Anyway, let's not go that far. Let's not go that far. I'm sorry.
That's going down the rabbit. I'm not even that.
Wait,
I won't say that's rabbit hole. No,
yeah,
that's going down the toilet. That's
going
way down the
toilet. That's a toilet
hole
bowl right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, God,
terrible towel wiping it.
Man, I mean, it shit stains all over that place. But anyway, I'm just saying. They, you got people like they're losing their minds anytime the Cowboys do something good or bad. They treat them like crap. You know who tried to be the Cowboys reincarnated? It was the Patriots. It was the Patriots.
Thank you, Jimmy Johnson. Thank you, Jimmy Johnson, for leaving the team, because if it wasn't for Jimmy Johnson leaving, there wouldn't be no Patriots. I said what I said.
Right. And let's take it a step further. I guess in a certain way, the apprentice became better than the master at that point, because somehow Bill Belichick became Emperor Palpatine, the emperor of the NFL. Somehow you try to touch that guy, something happens to you. The only person that nothing has happened to was Tom Brady, because he was the Anakin Skywalker to him. And now he went above the apprentice himself, because when he left there and went to Tampa Bay and got that Super Bowl, it was like, I have exceeded the master now. It's okay. It's all good. But my whole point is this. The Raiders said they play for excellence. I forget the saying that they have.
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby, or
win,
or whatever.
Just win, baby.
Right? Then you have people who get butthurt when the Cowboys call themselves America's team. Then you have people who will try to be as relevant as possible, and then they fail miserably. I mean, miserably. It's like they're flashes in a pan. They're trying to make a gimmick almost. They're almost like wrestlers, right? Yeah. They're trying to make a gimmick that's going to stick, that's going to bring asses in the seat. But the only way you do it, if you're America's team, that's about it. That's the way I see it.
Because nobody, look, Rams fans, let me holler at you real quick. Come here real quick.
Oh, man.
Come here.
I had this talk last week. Anyway,
let me holler at you for a minute. Nobody wasn't giving a damn about your picks and anything like that until y'all won the Super Bowl, because if that fell through, they would have said that y'all are complete fucking idiots.
Thank you.
Now look, I went on record. I said what y'all did was genius. Eagles did something like that, but y'all did it better. Y'all basically said, we're going to get rid of all of our freaking first round picks. Their freaking draft was the freaking free agency. So they was just free agency diving, getting all the best that was left and putting it on that team, and then they won a Super Bowl. But they knew the consequences was going to happen at the end. They was expecting that it would last long, and they knew that ESPNs in the of the world had them to win the Super Bowl again. And I was like, no, that shit's not going to happen, because you know what happened to the freaking Super Bowl champions. They have their hangovers, as well as the bridesmaid, i.e. the Bengals, which I remember correctly, the Cowboys beat them.
And let's not forget, this is the only Super Bowl that the Detroit Lions have ever touched. Out of the 50-year history, two of your former players who literally left your team and went to a whole nother and got a ring. And that tells you something. Something. It's the team. Your team sucks. All right. Next week, you're gonna definitely find that out. when you go ahead and go against the boys. But I digress.
Right.
Anyway.
And so, which lead me right back to the conversation I was having with Exhibit B, the Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So he tried to explain to me that Jalen Hurts was better than Dak Prescott. I said, how? I said, this is the same guy who got benched in double overtime against the freaking Alabama and Georgia. Oh, they don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing. I said, that means everything, my dude. I mean, this is Jalen Hurts actually technically his first full year with the freaking Philadelphia Eagles with a whole brand new head coach. So I'm like, well, take that back. I think that garbage ass coach says he wants to say, how about the Eagles? He started last year, correct? Or middle of last year.
Dude,
I don't care. Anyway,
don't give me the line. Yeah.
First of all, just fuck it. This technically his first full fucking year. I'm saying it like it is, even if it is. I don't give a fuck. So I'm saying it like this. I was like,
anytime you coach the Philadelphia Eagles, is your first year. I don't care.
so and then I try to tell him, I was like, and then he get mad and go in the transfer portal to go to Oklahoma. Remember that? And then when everybody else was doing that gibberish, then all of a sudden he comes up, he's sitting there saying, well, he was winning in Oklahoma. I'm like, yeah, you remember how he lost, right? You know who he lost to, right? And he was like, man, that doesn't matter. I'm like, how can you sit there and say it don't matter and then go back to saying that he won a lot with Oklahoma, but when he was in the bowl game, they got smacked. I forgot what, it was an SEC team, unfortunately. The SEC team destroyed them. Literally destroyed them.
You notice something in this conversation? When you hit them with facts, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You notice that? It
doesn't matter. But dude, you just went back on what you just said, just to go back on it after I got you. And then he just said, well, Dak still sucks. I mean, he had that one bad game. And I'm like, dude, y'all don't even have a quarterback. How's Mike Trubisky going? I kept doing this while he was talking. Look, I had my freaking book, because you had the program with you so you can pick the horses. I had like this. I'm holding like a damn school teacher. I'm like, so how was Mike Trubisky? Huh? How's that going? What's that one Mike Vermeil from the Rams? Because he always be holding the freaking his not scorecard, but his play calls right here. And I'm like, doing him. I'm like, Mike Trubisky, how's he doing? Oh, I forgot. He got benched. He got benched for your rookie. So how's that going? Oh, I forgot he got concussed. So how's Mike Trubisky again? Dude. You can't talk about quarterbacks when y'all can't get one healthy or one that can actually be a quarterback. So you should not be talking about quarterbacks. Like, dude, Pittsburgh Steelers have been so mediocre for years, and I'm sad that nobody's fucking talking about it. Y'all have been mediocre since the last fucking Super Bowl that y'all had. Y'all always say that y'all have this big defense, but y'all always let your whole entire organization down, fans down, because y'all supposed to, and then not to mention, let's get something out the way.
Here we go.
Y'all couldn't even make it in on a 10-6 record.
Oh,
and y'all complaining about the AFC, and y'all sitting there complaining about the AFC being so tough. Our division, our conference is so tough. Y'all freaking division itself is not even that fucking tough. I said what I said. It's not even that tough. When y'all play the Ravens, it's like chairs. It's like musical freaking chairs. Y'all not tough.
We're right. They're fighting for the battle. Who sucks the most?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
It's like this. It's like this. It sucks when it took y'all, after y'all won y'all Super Bowl, people seem to forget that y'all 6-time Super Bowl champs, and they talk about the Ravens more than y'all.
Oh, man.
The freaking Bengals even made it to the freaking Super Bowl.
Oh,
the Browns embarrassed y'all last year. Remember that? In your house.
In your house, and they're really the toilet bowl of the league somehow.
Right.
And they celebrate it. Their fans celebrate how garbage they are. I mean, and they understand it. But
then you had TikTok Juju Smith-Schuster, who's sitting there and saying Corvette, and all that stuff. Guess what? That Corvette was parking in Pittsburgh, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, bro!
Was sitting at home, was it? Because that same one who was at the press conference and literally said the Browns are going to Browns. Guess what? Them Browns did brown.
Yeah.
Because they browned out that whole entire arena. because that whole entire arena, like my boy said, was a shithole, and those
Yeah.
Browns were swimming
Oh
all
my
in it.
God.
And if you saw that video after the game, Baker, one of their social media guys was recording him as he was walking back to the locker room with the football. He said, so what do you think about that game? He said, I guess the Browns gonna Browns.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's
So
I tell
Steelers
you.
fans, Steelers Nation, I don't want to hear you talk shit about the Cowboys ever. Y'all shouldn't, because y'all haven't done shit. Even in Ben Roethlisberger's last year, y'all been hounding, complaining about how garbage that man is. Even though I believe he should have retired early. But anyways, y'all trash that man, but that man will find a way for y'all team to fucking win. And unfortunately, since he's gone now, y'all will never find a quarterback like that ever fuck again. I said what I said. I'm gonna be saying that loud on this show. I said what I said. Y'all never gonna find a quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger ever again that will find a way to throw that ball up and find a way for y'all to win a game, or at least keep y'all alive in games.
Well, you got to understand, Ben Roethlisberger was only going to go so far within his last years, because if you look at his last game, even though they squeaked in and made it to the playoffs, how do you trip over your own shoes? I mean, in the process, when you're trying to be a mobile quarterback, you're bigger than some of the linebackers. So how are you trying to be a mobile quarterback? But I see, you got to remember, he had a secret weapon that usually would work for him. And I think that helped him win a couple of the Super Bowls that he did win. It's called raping college girls. And the thing is, that was his go-to until everybody found out and said that he sucked for doing it. Then he got married to go ahead and get the press off of him. I mean, damn, I wouldn't be surprised if that lady divorced him after a while, because I mean, damn, you just did that as a press conference thing, man. I get it, but it's crazy. Yeah, you can't be raping, college girls and think you're gonna go out riding into the sunset. So I mean,
the funny thing. The funny thing is, I was about to say it to that Steelers fan, but if I would have said that to him, then me and him probably would have been fighting.
He would have cried like a baby. And because I mention it to Steelers fans all the time. I mean, it's like this, and it's not even to make fun of that case or whatever else. But my whole thing is this: you believe this guy has superpowers? When they were riding high, right? And I was like, you guys, stop the madness. Your defense is crazy. Your defense is crazy. I will say that. And then, like you said, there were certain points in time where this guy would find a way to win. And when you had a receiver, before he needed to take his meds, like Antonio Brown, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Whole lot of money. Oh,
yeah.
Song.
What is that dance he was doing when he was on stage? Did you see that? Yeah, that right there. I was like, dude, is that dedicated to your mama when she was pregnant or some bullcrap?
Right.
I don't know. What the hell is this?
Look,
I was like, he going to jail or something?
Look, to talk about AB real quick, ladies and gentlemen, because y'all try to give AB the same pass y'all tried to give Kanye. Oh, he just mentally, after he got hit, he was a whole different man. No. I'm not going by that. That man was like that before that concussion.
Yeah.
Everybody, I just say this. I believe that he was like that, but Pittsburgh Steelers wasn't talking about it. That was like, long as this boy catch the football and make touchdowns, he can do whatever he wants. I guarantee he used that freaking concussion just for him to build up his stardom and have people feel sorry for him and all that stuff. And look at how he became.
I'll give you another theory on that. So you notice how football players, they're usually more productive during the football season than when they're in the off season. They usually fuck up. But what I believe happened with that guy when he was with Pittsburgh is that he had probably a chaperone.
Oh yeah.
during the season and after the season. And what I believe happened in that process was he was fed meds to keep him calm. Nearing the last of his years there, they was like, you know what? You've been so good. We trust you now. And right when that happened, what happened? He fucked up his contract with Pittsburgh because they was trying to go ahead and renew him, number one. Number two, after he left, he goes to where he went to Oakland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes to Oakland, be there for about a week, and then he leaves. Then somehow he gets to the Patriots. You're there one day, because Bill Belichick don't play, and they got rid of you. Then somehow Tom Brady, out of the goodness of his little heart, gave you a chance in Tampa Bay. And to be real about it, I'm being as honest as I possibly can. AB is when he's productive, is one of the best receivers in the game. Yeah. When he's off his meds, you're gonna see him in the end zone at the away stadium, trying to get everybody to cheer because he done flipped off the referees and everything, and he went into the tunnel trying to act like he Dennis Rodman in the 90s.
Oh,
took off his jersey and stuff and tried to run out. I was like, dude, you're crazy, bro. That's a hell of a way to leave the NFL. Man.
I was, when I saw the playbacks there, because my phone was going crazy. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Even Yahoo Sports was sitting there saying AB just left the field. I'm like, I'm like, hold up, what? Like what? And I had the video. I'm like, this dude here just literally took off his whole entire jersey, took off his pants and his jersey were still together, taking that off, throws it against the bench. I see Mike Evans was trying to talk sense to him, like, yo, dude, what the fuck you doing? Come on, man, let's still finish this game. Nope. Threw his shit off, threw his undershirt into the crowd, and wasn't even freaking nice. He sit there, threw one glove in one side of the section, then he did the glove in the other section. I'm like, dude, you could have just put them all together and just threw it to the fans. And then he gyrating.
I guarantee you, whoever caught that, they were like, investment. You wait until you get they caught that glove. They was like, investment. This is going into a cellar somewhere until it's time for me to sell this. And then right when his house gets bad or whatever else, he was like, oh, I got the treasure. This is the glove that I had when this nigga went crazy. Please get this. Please get this. Y'all know y'all want it. This is about as good as OJ's glove or knife that he helped kill his wife and her boyfriend. Anyway.
But see, right there, that's where Pittsburgh Steelers, like, toughness, their glory, what made them what they are, their nucleus left when he left. It wasn't even with LeVar Bell when he left.
Yeah, because he retired early. He retired a year before.
I believe LeVar Bell had a more legit reason of leaving. I think it's because of a contract issue or something like that. And LeVar Bell was a great running back. And the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers wasn't going to give him nothing. He was like, you know what, fuck y'all. And so even though he went to the Jets, you saw what happened with the Jets. But anyways, but when AB left Pittsburgh, you had Juju. And Juju did all that TikTok shit and all that stuff and didn't realize you don't do that on an opponent's logo. Unfortunately, he did it on our logo. We almost beat their asses with the freaking backup. Almost being with the backup. But but then you did in so many people's freaking logos, they finally got your ass. And that's what happened with the Browns. Because he was talking all that shit, and then the damn Browns got that damn ball. You saw he trying to trip him. He tried to save face. Nope, ain't happening, Jack. Ain't happening. So going back to my story to that Pittsburgh Steelers fan, he was just talking all sorts of craziness, and I'm sitting there like, dude, you can't talk about having a quarterback, and y'all don't have a quarterback. So for you to talk shit, And this for any person in any type of argument. You can't sit there and tell somebody you need to get your life together when your wife is telling you what you need to do and you're not grabbing your nuts and being a man. How does that work?
Hey, y'all 4-2. Yeah, we 4-2. What's your take?
So you know what?
Go ahead.
No. So let's look at the NFL records for now. Let's look at the NFL. Let's look at the league.
Oh, see, I should have had some gadgets too. I got
you. Yeah, this is why you always come prepared. You know what I mean? I feel you. But look, man. But this is a show that came on top the dome anyway. But let's go over these, shall we?
Oh, hold on. I got to take my shades off. I got to see this. Yep.
All right. Let's go. Let's take a look. So, if we're looking at where the Steelers are at, would you look at there?
Is that the started from the bottom and you're still there?
Still at the bottom. Still at the bottom. Hey, you can play it outside the club and you can't get
in. Yeah. You at the bottom. Not even next to the bottom. Wait a minute. Hold up. Listen, you're horrible if you're below the Browns. Okay? And they both have losing records, but damn it, dude. If the Browns is outclassing you, that's a problem. That's a problem, bro.
So much a problem.
Dude,
so much problem.
That's scary and sad.
But see, nobody don't talk about the AFC North. Nobody don't talk about it. You want to know why? Because that freaking division is trash. It's garbage. Ravens easily. Listen to me. Ravens is the most potential team in that league that can break out, but they end up breaking themselves. I don't know why they do it every freaking year. They got the running back. They got the wide receivers. They got the defense, even though their defense is not as good when they used to have Ray Lewis, but that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother situation.
This is the only team. This is the only team other than the Bengals that can do something, that can run away with this division, and they just find a way to trip themselves up. Yep. And so that's why the Steelers for the past couple of years have been mediocre in this damn division. And I don't know how many freaking championships they won with this damn division. It's just meaningless because meaningless because if you always have to fight your way into the playoffs, that means that you've been sucking in this damn division for like a long period of time.
For a raw minute. But I know you're talking about these guys right now, but I didn't even realize this. And I live here in California and everything like that. Raiders is Las Vegas is about 2 hours away from me. One of our favorite NCOs, you know her as Sergeant Sawyer, but she's Sergeant Gonzalez now because she got married. She loves the Raiders. And the Raiders are 1-4. Damn, son.
Don't worry. My old supervisor is a Raiders fan, but go ahead.
Wow. How though? How? That's scary. That's some
like
scary
house.
Stuff,
It's like house sway. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and put this right here. Put two of us right here. So let's continue. Let's continue on looking at this schedule. So for the let's go to the not the Rams. Let's go to the NFC and let's see where. Look at that. Would you look at that?
3-3, buddy. They're number one in their division. Good old 49ers. Look at
but look at our record.
Wow, 4-2, buddy.
Oh wow, I didn't know. Look. So for your Niners fans, I never knew that 3-3 was better than a 4-2. But we're on top. But technically, you're top.
That's what they love. That's what they love to chirp. But listen, just like I said before, and it's not to go ahead and start some bull crap, but let's
we here for it's Cowboy Talk shit, man. Let's
look at this correctly. The last time that the 49ers were relevant is when Kaepernick took a knee, okay, in the stadium. Other than that, nobody cared. Matter of fact, you only really kind of get referred to when he does something on the outside, and then they remember you. Then that's what usually happens. I mean, just like this time, like not too many months ago, he tried to go ahead and do a workout and everything that was going to
The
try to
Oakland
get
Raiders.
him back into the league and stuff. And what did they do? They went right back to when he was taking a knee in San Francisco, talking about different things. But yeah, they haven't been relevant since then. I mean, the last time you would really want to be relevant was when Joe Montana or even Steve Young played for your team and Jerry Rice. But other than that, you don't want to be relevant for stupid stuff. And basically that's what it is. But you're number one in your division, and I'll give you that. I mean, damn, man.
But
That's
to add on
crazy.
to that, but to add on to that too, you realize that my boy didn't mention y'all making it to the Super Bowl, right?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Hold up.
Yeah. He was in choke mode right there, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
You know that wasn't coming up.
Yeah, but I always say the Cowboys always manage to choke. But when y'all choke, I guess it's just the flu, right?
Yeah.
The-
It
but-
gets a little cold in September to October, right? Anyway.
Not only just the flu, but that flu of losing, definitely on the big stage, the only cure for that is winning.
Yeah.
Which you did not do. So, Niners fans, I need for you to take a big tall glass of shut the fuck up, and that is courtesy of the Cowboy Sh Talk Corral. You can take one. Look at that. We even got them in Lawn Nicks flavors, absolutely free. Here you go. Cheers. It's happy hour.
And shut the fuck up.
Happy
flavors
hour.
of strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. Man.
And
we even got caramel up in this bitch. I mean, it's really flavorful of shut the fuck up. Every type of flavor that you would like to have.
And
because
we even got the rocks flavor too. Poutine pie.
Poutine pie, because you some bitter bitches. That's why. Oh shit, man.
Look, no Niners fans, y'all should not be talking shit. Number one. Number two, you should not be saying that we got a team this year. Number three, y'all ain't going nowhere. I'm going ahead and let y'all know, because I'm gonna tell you this. Right now, who I see winning out that division is the Seahawks, and that's saying a lot right now. I see a lot of things with this. I see a lot of potential with the Seahawks, because Seahawks got something to prove, because everybody, including myself, was saying that they're nothing without Russell Wilson. And they're actually showing a little bit of life, more life than the Cardinals. I knew eventually the Cardinals. It's funny. The House of Cards is going to fall eventually, because that freaking head coach that everybody was praising, and they're saying he's a genius, he's a guru. Now he turns out he can't do play management. He can't even do a damn play call. He can't do good play calling. I was thinking that Kellen Moore was on the freaking sideline for a minute there. And
well, there is one person that they call a genius. Well, he called himself a genius a lot, and he's not doing so well right now. Is that boy Kanye? Yeah.
Shoot. Oh, don't worry, Kanye. I can see Kanye as a head goes. No. That's not a penalty. He was actually trying to help him up. That's all it was. And the hard hit was just to show him that life is hard. And he just, it's just seeing how hard life is. But if he gets up, no matter if he's squaggling around and the world's going, if he see two doubles, he still can see.
Then they would throw another flag. Because I'm telling you, the referees will get pissed off, dude. They'll be like, you know what? Flag on the fucking play. I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything. But look,
I can see the head referee calling the play and everything, and then he just take his mic and be like, "I'm gonna let you finish," but this is bullshit.
He'd be like, "I understand why you threw that flag, but I love you. I love you, but I don't understand why you threw the flag, but I understand it. Can I give you a hug?"
Oh my gosh, bro! You too.
Imagine him as a head coach or Herschel Walker. Like, come on, man, they taking
Stop.
all of our bad air, and we need to mix it, and we need to get some of their good air, and you know,
dude,
and then we could, and then everything would be all right. But they taking all of our good air,
dude. I tell you, did you watch? Wait a minute, did we talk about that? You watched that?
man. We
debate,
talked about it
right?
last. We talked about it last time. We talked not last time. We talked about it on Monday.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm still
But
flabbergasted.
yeah, I got you. So we're not trying to go too sidetracked. But yeah, I got
you. Yeah.
I got the Seahawks winning that division, and like I said, that's a lot. That is a lot for me to say that. Like I said, I see this team actually not making a run in the playoffs, but I see them making it barely into the wild card. I think they're gonna take the final slot,
The final
in the wild
seeds of
card.
it.
Yeah, I see them winning that. I
That's-
see the Rams. I see the Rams just winning a few here, but losing the big ones that matter. I see the Niners still losing a whole hell of a lot. They, like I said, they probably gonna win some, but they're gonna lose the ones that matter. Cardinals is just going to be a downfall. And going back onto the freaking Cardinals head coach, the only reason why the Cardinals were at the time was winning good games and winning games when they need to was because of Kyler Murray with his small little ass. We should have said the Cowboys always been ass. Oh, I can't wait to play that motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Oh, I want fucking D-Law to. Now, I'm not even gonna say the Lion. I'm gonna say Parson, calm down. I want Tank to knock his ass in the ground.
You got to understand with the Lions, since you just mentioned them, I'm telling you this. There's nothing. I mean, one of my boys is a big Lions fan, and since he hasn't been on the Cowboys so much, I've been very nice about it. Only thing that I said, it was right after the loss with the Eagles. I said, I'm going to go ahead and refer back to Harlem Nights because, I was like, basically, when the Lions play the Cowboys, I'm gonna refer to Harlem Nights. You remember the boxer that was in there? He said, "Don't take this ass whooping personal. It's all business." Okay, that's what's about to happen. Especially at 1-4. Yeah, that's just all business, bro.
Yeah.
So you might as well get ready. It's gonna be nasty, man.
Oh, he said, "Don't take."
I could, I would have cracked up if I did the stuttering. I was like, no.
Hey, don't worry. After the game, I hope y'all know how to get it. Taxi.
Oh my gosh, man. That dude was a trip, man. He was a trip.
That dude, when he gave that dude the autograph, he said it's filled with the P, not now. and I finally get it. That man said, "Fuck you." No. We're talking about Harlem Nights. I think one of the most overrated parts that is super funny that people always miss. Remember when they first raided the freaking the club, and he told the maestro, "Yo," he said, "Go ahead and play the A train." He said, "We're gonna book everybody on the A train," and the freaking maestro said, "Motherfucker."
Right. And they robbed the whole place, dude. Had everybody in their drawers or something like that, right?
Yeah, he did the heist, man. Dude said, "Yo, that freaking maestro looked like he wanted to take that damn stick and be like, 'Fuck you, motherfucker,' out loud." But that's his motherfucker.
Yo, he was scared. He was scared though because they had guns on him though, man. It was crazy though.
But you saw one of the cops was black. That dude, it's always one. Why is it always gotta be us, man?
Because they're in Harlem, dude.
Man, no, it was a black cop. No, it was a black guy. He was the first one to jump.
That's what
the first one to jump to arrest people. I'm like, dude, it gotta be one coon, man. Like always one. But dude, that maestro,
man. He was done.
That maestro, motherfucker. He put that stick up like
he maestro like no tomorrow. Like he was like,
hell no.
He maestro like Kobe played when he had that trial going against him. I mean, he was heated, bro.
You can put that moment with fucking the Titanic when the band kept playing with this shit with
Right. When the ship was going down, bro.
Yo, Steve Harvey was like, how the hell you gonna keep playing while the shit going down? Man, the Commodores will already be taking that stuff.
Unplugging things.
He said, hey, get that electric cord. Get away from that water.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yo,
Steve Harvey, man. He was crazy for that, man. But that's true.
That shit was funny because that look, if I'm on a ship and I know that motherfucker going down, I'm like, just like that dude in The Color Purple at the piano when Sophia got punched. Doom, time to go.
Yeah, bro. Yo, because they knew he knew it was over. He knew it was over, man.
Dude said, doom, time to go.
He's like, I ain't sticking around for that.
No,
I got paid already.
That old man was smart. That old man said, all right, we gonna fuck this, man. Y'all ain't paying me enough. He did the
they already paid him. They already paid him because the thing of it is, if they ain't pay him, he would have still went up to somebody to go ahead and get his money. But that's a person who already been paid. So therefore, he was like, nope, I'm done. Yo. You can forget it.
That's time to go.
Man, I tell you.
I'll be like, man, I get with you. I get with you after this. If I won't even be that, I'm just gonna walk on here, get my one last drink.
Shit, he probably would have came back at least the next day or 2 days after the cops done raided the place. Like, I want my money. I want my money.
And I guarantee you, and then also for Harlem Night, that maestro came back. That maestro, he like, yo, looking, man, next time we get raided, I'm gonna have a piece on me. I'll give him an A-tray up his ass.
That dude was, oh man, that dude
was heated.
I gotta watch that movie again sometime soon.
That dude was so heated, man.
He was done. He was so done. He was crazy.
But yeah, not to get off track. So yeah, so back to my story, because my story is opening so many can of worms right now.
Oh yeah.
So shut him up. So then to Exhibit C, this is the Seahawks fan. This dude sit there trying to say, well, the Seahawks got a Super Bowl soon there, Cowboys, and y'all haven't been there for 27 years. First of all, I'm like, dude, like, what? I was about to tell him, I was like, there are so many teams that haven't even been to a Super Bowl that still haven't got a Super Bowl.
Let me see. Like the Cardinals, the Lions. Who else is that? I know, right? Wait a minute. Who else is in this joint, man?
Did we say Vikings, right?
No, not the Pack. No, the Vikings got one. They got it during like the beginnings of the Super Bowl. I think they got theirs during the Ice Bowl. But
Falcons
don't have it, and the Panthers, which they could have had it if old boy didn't drop to his knees and have a temper tantrum. Other than that, it's whatever. I can't stand.
You know what? Let's do it. Teams that as Super Bowls. Let's make it easy on ourselves.
Right. So you got.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the stats real quick. I'm about to do another screen share because I know that head's gonna be up here. Y'all talking about like y'all won every single Super Bowl and all that stuff. But let's go through it. This is courtesy of this website. You know me, I gotta be from a legit source. So let's go ahead and remove this. Let's screen share something else.
Damn, I'm up here looking like E40 up there looking through my. I didn't even realize that. I'm up here just looking at that, man. It was crazy.
Let me see. Let me do a screen share. Screen share. This is what happens when you're the producer of every Blunthin show. So let's go ahead one by one.
You the man.
I know, man. I got you. I gotta learn on the whim. That's why I hate seeing these freaking programs on Instagram and Facebook saying, well, I can show you how to be, a good top podcaster and all this stuff. You gotta pay for this program. It's easy. Consistency.
There you go. You're right, bro.
Speaking of that, if you want your content to be pushed out there, the Wet Network, holla at us. All right. So first, obviously, we got the Patriots with 6 Super Bowls. Oh man, This aged well, did it?
Yeah, I know, right? I'll tell you, boy.
And
That
look at
was
that.
crazy right there.
And this is Super Bowl 2001, 2003, 2004,
Dang, they played against the
2014.
Rams too?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember that one for some reason. I definitely remember that damn Falcon one. Oh
I
my
watched
God.
I watched that game, and that's when my mom and I rooted for the Rams. I was saying, know me, I'm saying NFC unless it's the freaking Beagles
I
or
tell
the
you, man.
yeah. So, but other than that, so I was rooting for them, and then Patriots ended up winning. But look, these is their Super Bowls.
Yep. Man, that
Super
was
Bowls.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. Then you got the Steelhurst.
Oh
Look
my
at y'all.
God.
Can't forget about y'all. Look at you. You won
Yeah.
six rings. Six rings. Six rings. Look at this. He won 6 rings. Look at Ben Roethlisberger with
A
the
Super
Lombardi
Bowl.
trophy. Look at
A,
Lombardi trophy. Look at that. With Mike Tomlin right there. 6 rings. Yeah. Look at how older. He looks so surprised. He said Super Bowl. That's how 6 6 rings. 6 rings. Ben Roethlisberger. You
a
are the
Super
man. You are
Bowl
the
for a super rapist. All
man.
right. That's crazy, man. But yeah,
And
yeah.
look how long
Now,
since it's been since they went back to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl.
I'm gonna tell
2008.
you, I'm gonna tell you this one. 2005, that Super Bowl right there, that's when I lost respect for the Steelers. That was the most lopsided game that I
Oh
had
yeah,
ever
with the
seen.
Seahawks.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
they was penalizing them dudes like for breathing wrong, man. And
Yeah.
so and so I don't know if you even remember, but what is it? Roethlisberger had got tackled because he tried to run into the end zone. And
Yes.
then,
Oh, I remember that distinctly. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
and then he put the ball over the line, and then that's
And
when the referee said touchdown. I was like, "Are you serious?"
yeah,
I was like, "Both knees are down and
yeah.
everything."
He's
And
already
then
down, and he reached it out, and he was like, "I'm there, I'm there." And the referee, because referee didn't know what to say, he ran up and he did this, and we was like,
right,
"Hold up."
yep,
Mike Holmgren
and,
was the head coach during the time, and he threw a challenge flag. He was like, "No, he was down. Nope, touchdown, lost timeout."
right. Right. Who
What?
was that? Who was that? The bus. They had heard them talking on the side. And he said that man, you're lucky they didn't see you, put your hands over it at the end of it, and they cut his mic off. I was like, "Oh, okay. That's the way it is." So from that day forward, I was like, the Steelers ain't shit. Because I was like, dude, I was like, how you steal a Super Bowl from that man? And to be real about it, that year's Seattle Seahawks, they were dangerous. They were some beasts at that point in time. And
Yeah.
what is his name? I think the quarterback was Huckleback or something like that.
Oh, Hasselback, Matt Hasselback.
Matt Hasselback, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt so sorry for him, man, because he seemed like a good dude, and he was trying and doing all this stuff, man, and the ref screwed him over. That's what I say about any game that's good, is that if you get so many penalties to the point that it's like it doesn't matter what I do, I'm gonna get penalized. So F it, I'm just going to play this game out, and which held them to freaking 10 points. So it was so sad, man. I felt so bad for that dude.
And then also the 2008 Super Bowl was kind of the same way too, which I feel sorry for Fitzgerald, because I knew that. I said this is Fitzgerald one and only Super Bowl. He's never coming back if he stay with the Cardinals.
His last time, man, and he was such a good dude, man. Yep. So
Too humble, but he was pretty good. I thought he was a little bit too humble. Sometimes where he should have been fighting back, but he's like, no, just give me the ball.
Right.
But
then you got these boys right here.
Look at this. Then you got the Niners with this man right here who was a defensive coordinator, which he was garbage.
You know who his father is?
Oh, Ken Norton's father? No.
Yeah, Ken Norton, man. Former, well, I wouldn't say heavyweight box champion, but he
was really? Oh wow, I didn't know that.
That's his father.
Oh,
dude,
shit.
Ken Norton, the original one. Oh, that man was a beast. He's a former Marine, and he boxed. I'm telling you, he would hit people so hard, man. Ali was like had battles with that guy, man. I was like, oh my gosh, man. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No,
You
go
got
ahead. But yeah,
you.
but see, Niners, look at that. For y'all sitting there saying, well, Cowboys, how long has it been since y'all been win a Super Bowl? How long has it been since y'all won a Super Bowl?
Wait,
1994.
Hold on, check this out. 81, Montana. 84, Montana. 88, Montana. 89, Montana. 94, Steve Young. Damn, that's a hell of a shadow, bruh. That's a hell of a shadow, man.
No, that's not a show. That's supposed to be in the dark. That's at night.
You are eclipsed, motherfucker, man.
He don't even have a flashlight.
Oh my god. No, he got one. He got one.
It just ain't working. He got
see your way out of this darkness, though, bro.
He got those Duracells.
Yeah.
So going in and out.
I didn't, for real. I realized I thought it was only 3 of them, but no, he won 4 of them motherfuckers, man. Look at that, dude. That is insane. And 2, Wayman beat the Bengals twice. So wait a minute. So check this out. I vaguely remember that game in 88. And that was they called that last play the drive. And it was ridiculous, man. Dude, I'm sorry. That was crazy right there. That was a crazy ass game right there.
You can't tell true Niners fans that. You can't. And then also when so Cowboy Nation, let me tell you something. So looking at this, so anytime these Niners fans want to sit there and tell you how long it's been since the Cowboys got a Super Bowl, tell them not as long as y'all's.
Right.
Y'all last Super Bowl was in 1994.
Yeah, or last win. Their last win in the Super Bowl was 94.
And then also when they tell you, well, at least we made it to the Super Bowl, tell them, did they win?
Exactly.
Tell them that. Come correct. Let them know how dumb and stupid that they sound, and just say, "Oh, now y'all relevant because y'all beat us in the playoffs." But where did y'all end up going? Like we said earlier, tell me where to go. Right
to
here,
the big comfy couch.
Oh, we even had Blues Clues waiting there for them. Look here. We even for E40, we had the E and J right there with them. Like we got the E and J for you, man. Come on.
How they say over there? Over there.
I got you, civilization. I got you, man. I got you.
I got you, my
I can give you a Coke bottle breezer. So you can drink with the E's, with the E and J. All you go.
Irk and jerk all day.
I got you, civilization. I got you.
I know.
Ooh.
I love how you make up words, man. That dude.
One word he couldn't make up: a win.
Oh. Yo, that's
make
insane.
that up. You can't make that up. So anytime they sit there and want to diss on us, make sure you let them know 1994. Let them. If they're not a true Niners fans, if they don't remember the last time they won a Super Bowl, just say 1994 to them. And if they don't know it, tell them they're not a real Niners fan, and tell them to get the hell out your face, and tell them that real fans are coming through. Now, for us,
the standard of the league.
The standard of the league. And then also, before I go any further, Bills, you tell me if I'm wrong. We were the first. Listen, we were the first team to go back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
no. Yeah. We were the first to go back to back. Yeah. I was about to say, I almost tripped out and ended up beating the same team both times.
We are the first to go back to back in the 90s. To
the 4 ass whoopings they got was from the Cowboys.
Look. Before they was called Buffalo Wild Wings.
I know, right? And poor John Elway, because you went against with the Niners and lost there. Then you lose to the Cowboys, and then I heard that last year before he got his first one. He said he came home, he cried his ass off, dude. But it is what it is. He's still one of my favorite quarterbacks, dude. That guy was a trip.
Sorry, Elway. That Super Bowl belonged to our boy Roger Staubach. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh shit. Wait a minute. Oh, my bad. That was before Elway. I'm sorry. I got
You go,
too
you go,
wrapped
you
up.
go. You
Yeah.
got. I think Elway did play in that one. I
No, he
think.
didn't play in that one. He
Okay.
played in the '80s, and
Hey,
that's when he was that guy, man.
hey,
But
hey, 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 hey,
that one you're
Steelers fan.
circling right there,
Hey,
that
Steelers
one right
fans.
there, I'm telling you, it was. I will say this as a true Cowboy fan and not sugarcoating it. That was one of the worst playing games that we ever
Oh yeah,
played on offense. But yet
yeah.
and still, that defense, oh, they lit up O'Donnell. I'm telling you, I said the MVP of that game was O'Donnell because he threw how many interceptions in that mother, and
And
they
he threw
kept
it
him
to
in the game.
look.
He was
They threw it to the most garbage of corners that we had. Larry Brown. You heard D-Hall say, you gonna start catching, right?
right,
You know what? You gonna
right,
start catching that from now on? Because they call him
right,
high hand because he couldn't catch it. And
right,
he got and he left the team for a big ass contract and he kept getting burned.
right. And see, and that was the thing. That was the thing. I at one point in time, right? At one point in
Mhm.
time, I had thought, I was like, dude, O'Donnell had to been paid off because I seen that game. I watched that game and everything. I was like, man, that this is crazy. But then I had to relook at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I didn't realize that the defense were beating his ass. He got paranoid. He started getting paranoid. It got to the point that he get the ball in his hand, he threw it. He didn't care which way it went, as long as they didn't put their foot in his ass again. After, you know what I'm
Look,
saying?
and see,
Oh,
that's why I talk about when people talk about defenses, what defense put fear into the opponent's hearts? What defense put fear not only just the quarterback, but even the freaking wide receivers?
dude,
You,
they
you
wasn't catching nothing, dude. They couldn't even
nothing.
they couldn't catch a cold if they wanted to. Dude, it was man, and because they looked at they re-showed like all of the plays where he kept peeling himself off of the grass, man. And I was like,
no.
"Oh my gosh, they pummeled this guy." I was like, whoever that O-line was, they needed to get their ass beat because they ain't
Oh
protect
yeah.
him, man. But it is what it is. A W is a W, bro.
And
All
and
right.
and now we go to the Packers in this freaking scumbag right here, but that's for a different
Title
story.
town, Brett
Title. Oh my gosh, Title
Favre.
Town. If I hear fucking Title Town one more time for a Packers fan, I know my dog. He's actually live in Wisconsin. He's a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, and I think like early in our friendship, he always talked about Titletown 15 rings, 15 rings. Even though it was for the Super Bowl, it's still 15 titles, 15 titles. We did it. Brett Starr's the man. He's the man.
I'd
Yeah.
have been like, I'd have been like, let me help you. Because that's what this dude from Detroit tried to go ahead and say. He was like world championships. I was like, let me help you real quick. Nobody cares about that.
Nobody.
Only thing they care about are Super Bowls. And it is true that Green Bay, because I had to talk to this dude from Hawaii, or when I was in Hawaii, he was a Green Bay fan too. I was like, you are one of the oldest teams in the league, which means you should have probably more Super Bowls than everybody. But you, and unlike Detroit, don't have any. And a couple and a few others. I think Chicago is like one of the oldest teams too. I was like, you
Mhm.
guys suck. You all suck. I was like, and get over it. I was like, you have one less title than us, which makes you somewhat relevant, and it's okay, you know. But the only cool thing that I see in this whole thing is actually it's two of them. One is that 96 title, I remember that one because I was in basic training at that point in time. And they let us watch that game, right? That is the only one of the very few that Brady lost in it. And at the same time, it was like it was redemption because he went through so many different teams before he got there and got into his groove and stuff like that. Now this is before he became a scumbag. But I thought that was a beautiful story, right? So you look at that, and then you look at 2010. And I thought that was beautiful because the old one, Brett Favre, said, well, if I had to learn, he got to learn himself. Forget it. I ain't doing
Mm-hmm.
nothing for him. And then he proved it. He got himself the Super Bowl, and he was like, forget you, man. I don't need to learn nothing from you, son. I'm going to do what I do. And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool, man. But that was scary. That was a scary time period for them, man. But
And now look at how it all come to be. I've been trying to tell everybody about the Packers, about the head coach Matt Florent, whatever he got this Paris French name at the end, but Matt LaFleur, that's his name. I
right,
try to tell everybody Matt LaFleur ain't nothing but a floor mat, no pun
right.
intended to his last name, to Aaron Rodgers. The reason why Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers did not work because freaking Mike McCarthy was telling Aaron Rodgers, I'm the head coach. You're going to fucking listen to me. And Aaron Rodgers like, no, I'm an MVP. I get to do whatever I want. You need to listen to me. No, Jack. If it was for my coaching and for your game, for you to do your gameplay, you wouldn't have a Super Bowl. Period.
I'll give you this, though. I'll give you this. What we're seeing in Green Bay is the extension of Brett Favre's career. And hear me out when I say this, right?
Mhm.
If Brett Favre never went anywhere, if they went with him and didn't go with Aaron Rodgers the way they did, this is what that career would have looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets so close, he's a dangerous guy on the field and everything like that.
Bad man.
You see what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
it. It's the same thing. I mean, and he almost ran into that. Instead of Aaron Rodgers going to a whole nother team, which he probably would have went to Minnesota if he would, if they didn't give
Don't
him
get their
that
hopes
big.
up. Don't get their hopes up.
Oh no! Oh! I guarantee you, he probably would have. He would have followed the same trail that Brett Favre did. The only difference is Green Bay was like, we're not going to do that again. We're not going to have our star quarterback go ahead and have him teach a young guy like we were trying to get him to do, and then they learned a lesson from that. So that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's a hell of a franchise.
but I mean, I knew it was gonna come. I knew the chicks were gonna come home to roost. I'm like, now all of a sudden Matt LaFleur is finally grabbing his nuts and telling freaking Aaron Rodgers, look, I'm the head coach. I'm running the play. Because you remember when we was having our troubles in 2020, you remember freaking Aaron Rodgers was low key punching at us down there. Mike McCarthy said, Mike McCarthy, we didn't get along, but I wish him nothing but the best. But Mike McCarthy want to have his way, but hey, that's none of my business. And then you realize a year later, now all of a sudden words coming out that he's having issues with his head coach. His head coach doing the same thing that Mike McCarthy was trying to do.
So
And then Mike McCarthy was doing some low blows too. Allow Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to Aaron Rodgers.
right. But
None of my business.
So now they're seeing what happens. What would have happened if Brett Favre would have stayed, and now you're seeing not only that, if there's problems, the common denominator is you, bro. That's what it is.
Yes.
And so now he's got to figure himself out. And I get it. If you're this head guy, you're the darling of the league. I get you not wanting to let go of the rings of it. I mean, look at Tom Brady right now. He retired, and then like the very next year he comes back. You know what I mean? It's almost like a drug at this point in time, I believe. And it's just like I heard some other dude say yesterday. It's just like when you're one of the best in the league, you don't want to give that up very easily, man. It's probably going to take him to get injured to let this shit go.
But here's the thing with Aaron Rodgers that people are failing to understand. If he's such a bad man, he's a bad man. Why have this man choked in the previous 2 NFC Championship games?
He really has. I mean,
if you want to know the definition of choking, people got to understand, choking is not in the playoffs. The real choke that matters is when it really, really fucking matters. When everything's on the line. Playoffs is just only for you to stay alive.
But
let's be clear.
But I tell you this. But you know what's sad about all of this? I bet you he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, he is. Obviously,
Believe that or not.
yeah, he is. I mean, he got enough records for it.
I
But the
think
thing,
it's cruddy, but yet and still, so be it. But
yeah.
it's
So we keep giving this man this moniker, like y'all be like, well, y'all how y'all can be American team, but y'all keep giving the moniker. Oh yeah, but he is a bad man. But have this bad man won another Super Bowl for this team?
no, he hasn't. He has not. I will
He
say
has
this.
not.
I will say this. Aaron Rodgers in the right element. I mean, that could be said to almost any player, right? But Aaron Rodgers in the right element, Aaron Rodgers is a dangerous man. I've seen him like perform when he's protected, and he knows and he has a good feel of the field. He is dangerous, dude. And I was like, how in the hell did
Yeah,
he figure this out, man?
yeah, and I understand. But when that atmosphere changed and it's finally an atmosphere where he has to do more than his fancy play, he is crushed.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
finds a worthy foe, he is crushed. And what I'm saying is, y'all need to put him against real competition, like a Tom Brady, like when Manning was still playing, not the Eli fucking Manning. I am talking about the Peyton Manning
the
against real,
same face,
real,
Eli.
yeah, real,
I only have
the
one face.
real. You put him in front of real competition. I ain't even gonna put Patrick Mahomes up in there. You put him in front of real competition,
Ooh,
and
man,
he breaks.
the sidewinder himself. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you.
So bad man's yes, for a bad man, yeah. If the environment's right, yes, he could beat the Cowboys right now. But against teams like freaking Kansas City right now,
Oh no,
no.
oh no.
He will buckle under pressure. That's where heroes really come to show.
And, I
It's
mean,
basically it's basically who blinks first. Aaron Rodgers always blink. And
yeah,
I'm still gonna keep saying it like this. Yes, you could have a good season. Like that's like saying Marty Schottenhauer is the greatest coach ever, which he should be. But dude always lose in the playoffs.
yeah,
He
yeah.
will
True
pump a
that.
team up to go through the freaking wall, but then that big wall called the playoffs, not everybody can't.
But
Not
see,
even a freaking a real good butt player can knock it through. Even your most pumped up player that you know solid as the rock
yep.
couldn't even go through it.
But that's why he had so many jobs. Because I mean, he had so many freaking jobs. He would.
Rest in peace, by the way,
Then
Marty Schottenheimer.
he was in. You say what?
I said rest in peace to Marty Schottenheimer. He's been gone for how many years?
Oh yeah, that's right. He did go away, man. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I just knew he was a head coach for Kansas City. He was a head coach for the Chargers.
The Chargers. He's famous for the Chargers for me. I always thought he pumped that team up.
I think that was the first time I seen him, and I was like, man, he is a beast, man. But
I think he was the head coach for LaDainian Tomlinson. He's the one that discovered LaDainian.
That's right. Yeah. I was trying to figure that out when we had seen them play against the Chargers when we were seeing the Super Bowl wins, and I was like, did he play in that year? But no, it was like early 2000s, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Lethanian Thomas, man, I felt bad for him because his talent was wasted.
Yes.
In California, man. I was like, what in the hell, dude? You guys get them to the playoffs, but then y'all shit on them when it's time to go ahead and make stuff happen. But it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, man. And so what I'm saying is for Aaron Rodgers, we need to start giving him this moniker of a bad man. You're right. He's bad in the NFC Championship game.
Right.
I want a Green Bay Packers. I'm ready for it. Your man chokes in the NFC Championship game. That's not a definition of a bad man. Like y'all tell us to not always hoard our 5 Super Bowls. Don't hold on that one, because remember, the head coach that was there, he's our head coach now. And now y'all start to see that Mike McCarthy probably had a point about Aaron Rodgers being a diva. It's funny now, all of a sudden people talk about him being a diva now, when they was all sitting there rooting for him, sitting there saying, well, I think it's Mike McCarthy. And then when they found out he's a Cowboy, now all of a sudden he's definitely the scum of the herd now because he's with the dark side. And now they're finding out that freaking, now Aaron Rodgers, he's just a he got realized that's Matt LaFleur's team, and Matt LaFleur, he was there when Mike McCarthy was there, blah blah blah, woozy woo, and he got to understand, but he's still a bad
now,
man.
now he's got to understand. But
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. I'm just hoping that the organization doesn't make any drastic moves that will possibly make this guy look horrible again. You know what I mean? Because it was a bad look for Brett Favre to just go ahead and keep trying to string this along more and more. But again, the NFL is like a drug, man. You get a taste of that, it's almost like Coke or something like that. It becomes addictive, man, and it is what it is.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make them real mad at me. Hold up, y'all Packers fans will be real mad at me. Hey, look, like they say, I got time today. I got
Here
time.
we go.
So let's look in y'all past when it comes to y'all going to the NFC Championship game, because y'all probably saying, "Well, you bullshit. You don't know what the fuck you talking about." Really?
No,
Okay.
I will say this: you're one of the least people, the last person to go ahead have somebody to say about saying that you don't know what you're talking about, because you come up with facts.
Yeah, I come correct, and
Not
people
hearsay, not hearsay, but facts.
but see facts. And see, look, I say it like this, and I don't give myself credit for it neither. But I'm gonna say this: I will come if I found out to be wrong. I will say I'm wrong. I have never ever ran with anything that I knew that was wrong. But you know what?
Yeah.
Let me put this on screen share real quick. So we looking on these on pro football stats. Let's go ahead and share. Let me see. I'm gonna show. Let me show something to y'all. Let's.
Oh. See, now you're going into the stats.
Oh yeah.
And
Let's
I know this is
really
about
go
to get
into that.
ugly. This is about
Oh
to get
yeah.
real ugly.
So let's go in seasons. Let's go in seasons.
Oh,
All right.
damn. Oh, damn.
So hold on. Let me go back to teams real quick. Let me go back to those Packers. And don't worry, I'm gonna get y'all other favorite teams too. So let's go back to the Packers.
Oh,
It's been a
man.
while since I jumped into this. Let me see team stats, teams rankings. Let me see team schedules, team conversions, passing. No, I want to see how many times they went to the playoffs. Playoffs? We're not talking playoffs. Let's see. Team schedules.
Damn, they keep track of everything. Touchdown log, all this stuff, man. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go.
Franchise encyclopedia. Oh, snap. They done pulled
Oh yes.
the people right there for real. Oh,
So
snap. Ooh.
So we said that Aaron Rodgers joined. He joined
No,
2010.
did he
No,
join
well,
in 2000?
not join. I mean, won the Super Bowl. Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers.
he won.
So
Yeah,
everybody
McCarthy.
keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So next year they lose divisional.
Wow.
Next year they lose the divisional.
First of the four.
And this is when Aaron Rodgers was hurt, and they still made it to the wild card.
Right.
So then they lose in the conference. Then they lose in the divisional.
Oh, you horrible.
Then they lose in the conference.
You're horrible, bro.
Then they had garbage years. This is when Mike McCarthy got kicked out.
Right.
Then you got Matt LaFleur. Oh, look at that. Y'all lost the conference.
Wow.
You lost the conference.
Lost the
Y'all lost the division.
And then there's now, which is not looking as pretty at all, for real, man. They're 3-3 right now, buddy.
So for this man to be a bad man, the bad man had to be the ones to ride you off in the sunset, right?
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's tripping me out? I'm really trying to wonder how long has he been there, because if his last Super Bowl was 2010, it's 2022 right now, right? So he's been there, what is it, roughly it's like more. It's more than 10 years, man.
More than
So I
10
mean,
years.
so he's been there 22. I mean, he's been there 12 years from that Super Bowl to now. So I
Which
wonder when did he get there? Because hold on, if it's 2010, Brett Favre had to have left. Okay, Brett Favre's Super Bowl is there, so it had to been. Let me squeeze this up a little bit. Wow, I don't know.
which means that it's been a decade, a little over a decade since they touched a Lombardi trophy.
Yeah,
Meaning
because
that
he's
you
been there
can
about
right.
15
Meaning
years probably.
meaning that this man can't be called the bad man, maybe only in the regular season, but not in the playoffs, because it's shown
Right.
that he got a track record of losing in the playoffs. So here's your
Yeah.
call drop for you. Also, that means the Super Bowl that y'all won, your fourth one with Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, been catching dust, right? Y'all been
Yeah.
sweeping a little bit, you know. Not just that Super Bowl, but the four Super Bowls too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all,
Yeah.
why don't you do those other 15 titles that we don't give a shit about? Go ahead, and dust them off too. Title Town, my ass.
Title Town. Hey, Title Town.
It's only title towns when the rest of the world knows that y'all got 15 titles.
It sounds like a an amusement park that nobody goes to.
Basically, oh man, you know when the world is a lot better. It's a whole lot better. We got Axel Fox as the freaking one of our mascots. What do you have? Six Flags,
Who the hell?
Paramount King's Dominion,
Oh man, these guys, man.
Paramount Park.
Yo, they
I
are
mean,
crazy, man.
right. King's
They,
Dominion over here.
right. I miss that place. I really do. I
Me
really
too.
miss that place.
I think military is still free over there too.
Military is free at King's
In King's
Dominion.
Dominion, yep.
Oh, I need to pay a visit. I
Yeah,
gotta
don't
pay a
worry.
visit
I'm
to
trying.
the East Coast.
Look. I'm trying to go back home when it's summer again, and when King's Dominion is open for the season again.
Oh, buddy.
Military and their families going free. Hopefully they still got that, because I remember the last time I went, it was like this one military family. He showed his military ID. Thank you for your service, sir. You go ahead and go through there, and you have fun. Gave me his program, everything.
I love that.
Free.
I love that place. I haven't seen that place in years, man. But
Me too.
I had to look at it online just to remember some things, man. But it was cool, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man. But see, people don't like they say, the devil's in the details. Aaron Rodgers is not the man. He's been choking after the freaking Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl they won.
So he had to have been there at least 12 to 15 years.
12 to 15 years, and y'all didn't get another Super Bowl yet. So how's this man? It's a bad man. Oh,
Man.
he brushed the throwing records. You saw that pass he did and all that stuff. Haven't won y'all Super Bowl.
He should break all the records if he's been there for almost 15 years, man. I mean, and my whole thing, it's just like that you have the kids talking about LeBron at this point in time breaking all the records. I was like, you know what? He should, if he started right after high school. I mean, he should have all the records at this point.
Right.
But it's just like an older guy said to me earlier today. He was like, they always talk about Michael Jordan, or how the kids say that LeBron James is the greatest of all time. He was like, when has he ever had a score of 50 points in a game consistently throughout the year? He was like, Wilt Chamberlain did it twice. Matter of fact, at certain points, he had 100 points per game or whatever else, right? And I was like, damn, you ain't lying. And he was like, if it's about rings, he got like, he said Bill Russell got 11 of them. So is it about championships or your play? So I was like, oh, he's breaking it down.
And see,
he's breaking it down.
And look, and that's why I say the devil's in the details. See, people want to talk about stats on the surface, but nobody don't want to go deeper into the stats. So according to what I just read, what you see here, Packers fans, what you see here, he's not a bad man.
Yeah,
and I'm not meaning that in a nice way. He's not a bad. Well, how about this? He's a bad man because he's choking on when y'all go into the playoffs.
I will say this. I would just say this then. During the regular season, when the game, I guess, doesn't matter, that's when he turns on all the buttons. You know what I mean? He turns all the things. It's just like Hardison. James is his name, James Hardison, that plays for the Rockets, right?
James Harden. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
when he plays in the when he plays in the regular season, oh, he balls out. I mean, he does all kinds of crazy things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet and still, when it comes to the playoffs, they either don't make it or they get knocked out of the first round.
Spotlight.
Exactly. You put that
Spotlight.
on him, you put that pressure on him, he'll trip out, and he either gets injured or he just doesn't perform as well. And it's only, and naturally, I can only say that as a person who's just a fan or a spectator. I'm not saying anything about like he's garbage or something like that, but I'm calling it like I see it, just like you're doing with Aaron Rodgers right now. You're calling it like you see it. You know what I'm saying?
And look at this. And look at this. To be fair, Aaron Rodgers was hurt. He was hurt, and they had those 2 garbage seasons, so he took the break just to come back to fuck up again.
Right. I'm gonna take a break to come back and do what I usually do anyway. So
losing the conference and then losing the divisional. Ooh, wonderful.
But they're great. They're title town. So yeah.
But see, you can't have that conversation with them. I'm sorry, my boy probably gonna watch it. He'd be like, "Man, you fucked up." I'm like, I'm sorry. Take the haters at the freaking horse track to talk all that trash.
For your boy that might say that, if it's not a lie, that means it's the truth. Get over it. Get over it. It's okay.
It's all right.
You guys are still cool in the past, but but nobody cares. Nobody cares about your 15 titles. It's about Super Bowls now. Yeah.
So now let's go to our favorite team in the world that we love to hate. Let's go to these Feagles.
Oh my gosh! Why you do this? Why you doing this?
Man, I have to.
Come on! Hey, Darnell, come on, man! They're undefeated. It's their year. You know what I mean? I was told. I was told after they beat us, I was told, "Yo, it's their year. They're going to the Super Bowl."
Look at all these ugly motherfuckers up here.
Let me guess.
This guy right here.
Oh, you got Reggie White. You got McNabb. Wow, what a bust on that one. The only cool player, the only 2 real cool players out of that lineup was Reggie White and Randall Cunningham. Other than that, you can throw the rest of them in the toilet. I was like, man.
Look, Feagles fans, let me explain something to you. So I'm gonna be nice. Since we did from Aaron Rodgers when he won his last Super Bowl, let's do it from when y'all won y'all last Super Bowl, when y'all sold to the devil and y'all still paying.
2017.
2017. So what did y'all do after that? Oh, y'all lost in the divisional. Lost
the wild card.
Wild card. And look at y'all record, 9-7. Hold on.
Yeah.
9-7.
Hey, whoa. 2 years in a row, 9-7.
2 in a row, 9-7. Wow. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, y'all didn't even make it at all. 4-11.
That was improvement. 4-11. There you go, man.
and look at this. Y'all lost in the wild card.
Yeah.
Just like us.
But they're 6-0 now. They're feeling.
But you're 6-0 now. What I'm showing y'all is y'all inconsistencies. Y'all always been trash.
Yeah.
You've always been garbage.
Yep.
Y'all can't sit there and say we made it to the wild card. We made it to the divisional. But guess what? You lost.
Yeah.
You lost.
I mean, let's go ahead and give them like some credit, right? Like
that they are a team.
Before that Super Bowl, nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody cared.
And look, they got the records back it up too. 7-9, 7-9.
Yep. But 7-9 is their stuff. Those 2 numbers, whether they interchange or not, that's special for them. That's like an omen or some bullshit, man. Dude, That's scary, man. That is scary. That is,
But
man, look at that.
this team is the most fucking inconsistent of shits of any team that talks shit about us.
Well,
Y'all fucking inconsistent. Well, only time y'all consistent 9-7, 9-7. Look at that.
but
4-11.
you gotta
This the modern day version of a 9-8 record. I mean 9-7 record. 9-8.
you gotta realize something about Philadelphia.
They cheer for shit.
Being a team or a head coach for Philadelphia is about the same as being a team or being on a team or a head coach for the New York Giants. The New Yorkers and the Philadelphian, whatever people they would like to call themselves, they expect so much from their teams. And they get it from other teams. Like if there's a hockey team or something like that, maybe, well, when was the last time the 76ers won a? Never mind. So the thing is that I think their last championship was like when Dr. J was still in the league.
Dr. J.
Yeah.
And the last time they ever been to a finals was with Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson. Hey,
My
what is
boy.
that? The step over, right?
The step over. Even though they tried to dust it off, because Allen Iverson said, well, he knew the guy that he walked over. He said, like, we cool bullshit. Motherfucker, you knew exactly what you was doing.
Nah. I wouldn't have been cool because I'm telling you, I would have punched him right in his balls. I'd have been like, you know what?
No.
That's wrong to do, but
no, I would have punched your lights on as much as freaking what's his name did to Poole. Damian Green.
Oh, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. I will punch you and put my whole off into it, not you out, man. Why? Not trying to skip the subject. Why he left that man cold like that? He pushed Draymond.
Listen, anytime I see Draymond Green on the screen, I get irritated because I know.
Same here. I hate that guy.
Because you're thinking to yourself, something stupid is about to happen. It always come about, and then right when I say that, bam, he does it. Just like you remember he was known for kicking everybody in the balls,
in the nuts, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he would do it every game just to show he was like, I just play wild. I was like, you wasn't doing that earlier in the season. You know what I mean?
He always be like, he always be talking like this. Yeah, it happens.
Right, right. He's the backward future because future doing it because he sound like he got some sense. I can go ahead and get that underlaugh.
Sensational.
I was like, but when he says that, it's a plan in that. When Draymond Green says it, you like, oh, you're dumb as fuck. Get the hell out of here.
He got his own podcast show and everything.
He does? Who listens to this dude?
Well, a lot of people do. Like it's crazy that Eagles have fans, so it's crazy to know that.
Oh man.
But y'all look, y'all are trash. Look at you. We get in the 2000s, just sitting there saying y'all did good in the 2000s, which I give y'all credit. Like the first part of 2000s, y'all was killing it. Look at that. Bam. Terrible.
Yeah. When was that Super Bowl
mediocre.
That they went to? They went in.
Oh, right here. 2014, right here.
Was it 2014?
2014.
Yeah.
When they lost to the Patriots, where McNabb and T.O. still having to fight over what actually happened because right now T.O. is looking more believable than freaking McNabb because T.O. was sitting there saying, dude threw up in the freaking huddle because he was nervous, and McNabb saying, no, I didn't throw up. And everybody saw it.
No, you know what's killer about that? Mm-hmm. So right after the Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. He leaves that team. The funniest thing was he does an interview. I forget where it was. I think it was
in front of his house.
And he was like, so what do you think? What is your analysis of what happened at the Super Bowl? He was like, I wasn't the one that got tired, so it wasn't my fault. I was like, damn, T.O.
T.O. was right. I mean, fucking McNabb had a shot. He could have been in history and threw the winning touchdown, but no, he threw it to Harrison.
Oh
wide
my
open.
gosh. Yo, Mr. Butterfingers himself. But either way, man, that was
T.O. came
crazy.
back from injury to playing that goddamn game. He got some
He
yards.
shouldn't have been playing because he
Yeah.
really he was already messed up, man. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that's what like messed up his career later on, man. But I don't know. He was
Hey,
crazy for that.
I don't give a damn what anybody say. When T.O. became a Cowboy, he had his best years with us. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Even
I
with the numbers,
do.
I will say
And
that.
I loved it. I loved all that he did. The antics, the shit talking. I mean,
Mhm.
and even the popcorn bit, everything. I
And
thought
he
it was
doesn't even
cool.
like popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and you know what's messed up? Even though I'm a Cowboy fan, you know what was really messed up what he did when
What's
he
that?
was playing with San Francisco and he stood in the middle of the star.
Oh,
Yo, as messed up as that was, I will say this, dude. The way I look at it, if he didn't score, he wouldn't have been able to do that. So that's your fault. Then you got to have Emmitt Smith run up and go ahead and claim it again because of that bullshit. But I was like, dude, don't do that, man. It is what it is. If he wasn't scoring, that wouldn't have happened. So for you to get pissed off in the house, talking
yeah.
about this, that, and the other,
And
man,
that was one of our worst. That was one of our worst years, and I think it was like sometime in the late '90s. Yeah, that was
yeah, it was the late
horrible.
'90s.
Yeah,
That
that
shit
was
was
horrible.
hilarious.
But then T.O. tried to do it again, and number 31. It wasn't. You
Oh,
know who I thought it was?
they knocked his ass out.
I
They was
thought it
like,
was our boy Roy Williams, but it was our boy Staley, even though we didn't hear any much about him. And he knocked the shit out of Zay. Said, no, man, that's not how it's going to happen. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
And T.O. sit there, and then it whipped from, man, T.O., you never going to do that shit again, to, hey, man, T.O. can take a bath up at Jerry Jones said he can take a bath up the song. I don't care. He can do whatever he wants.
He was, man, that's what you want in a football player. I will say, like, you know, only I will say the only thing that I did not like him doing is when he started crying and talking about, that's my quarterback. That's my teammate. I was like, shut the fuck
what the
up,
fuck?
Theo.
Oh, like, come on, man.
That's why you wore shades at the time, because you couldn't even gather up the tears for that. But you were trying to go ahead and act your way through that. And it was horrible, man. I was like, this dude is crazy.
But see, unfortunately, Eagle fans don't have that type of memories like that. I mean, look at all this crazy. And y'all did Andy Reid dirty. I tell Eagles fans that every time. I say, y'all have done them dirty.
How they do Andy Reid dirty? I mean, just tell me that. How did they do them dirty when your organization is trash? Okay. I mean, come on. I'm calling a spade here. Come on, let's be real about this. When your organization is trash. Matter of fact, wait a minute. My bad. I'm giving them too much credit by saying that. Okay. When your organization is trash juice, okay, how the hell are you expecting anything good come from there? You win a Super Bowl and you're still some of the most ungrateful, rude fans ever. These are the same guys who have a holding cell in the bottom of their fucking stadium. And when Michael Irvin gets injured, you give a standing ovation.
And that's why I don't feel sorry for any time when their players get hurt. I cheer because I remember that shit. I don't give a damn. When more you not supposed to do when people get no motherfuckers. When you sit there and did that to Michael Irvin, I remember watching that game. I said, if I had a reason to really hate the Eagles, that was the day. And that's a hate that I carry with me every time I watch the game. And I'm like, hit that motherfucker. Hit it. Give him a concussion. Take that. When he's down, I want y'all to take that face mask off and let me see you pull a finger up and say, yeah, motherfucker. How y'all like it now? Yo. That's how I am. That's what I mean. When they sit there and say, well, we on the battlefield, we at war, doing something, I'm gonna shake your hand after. No, that's not me. Fuck that. Definitely when I don't like you and we are heated rivalry, if I was a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, I'm gonna be like George Allen. May he rest in shit. How every time he played the Cowboys, he said, not their hit song, get at him. He will mind. If you look at the documentary both for the Deadskins and for the Cowboys. You were when that era when George Allen was the head coach of the Deadskins, you would hear them sit there and say every time when they played Cowboys, it was Cowboys hate week. He said he will always tell them something about the Cowboys, pump them up. We hate them. They coming to our house, or we going to Dallas, and I want to rub it in their face. And you know what? He even said that he wanted to smack Tom Landry's head off his freaking head.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said, look, Tom Landry may be a God-fearing man, but if you would have done that, I guarantee he would have landed a left hook on George Allen. Only thing he would be saying is, the rest of his life.
And not out of reflex, but out of being retarded after that hit, he got to him. But I tell you,
Right.
that was the documentary I seen. He was like talking about saying, like, they think they're better than you are. That's why they go ahead and think they're Americans. They think they're better than you. You got to go ahead and show them that they're not. And I was like, wow, bro, you're a little obsessed, aren't you? Okay. Yeah. All right, let's do that. And then they lose, and they're like, what can you say, George? You suck. That's what it is.
I mean, George Allen actually laid the groundwork for all the freaking Cowboy heroes as it is. When we win, now all of a sudden y'all still suck. Well, you swallow our kids tonight. Enjoy. Don't choke.
Not only tonight, but every night.
Every night.
I tell you, man, those cats are crazy though.
So I'm here to tell you, Feagles, because I didn't want to talk about y'all, but let me talk about y'all. Y'all, let's look at, you know what? Let's look at y'all schedule. Let's look at the Feagles. I'm gonna be nice because when I put Feagles, let me see. I'm gonna put the Feagles up in here and see if it'll still search for it. Eagles schedule. Oh, it's say Eagles. It still search the Eagles schedule. All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh. Let me go ahead and screenshot this one too. Hold up. Let's get off their stats.
Star bright. They crazy, man. They trying.
Let's see. So here we go. Here's their upcoming schedule. Obviously, they beat us.
Let's see.
They played the Seahawks.
So they're playing. So they're going to play against. Hold on. So they're going against the Steelers next.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then the Cobra Commanders.
The commies.
Man, they got an easy schedule, bro.
Too easy until they meet the Packers, until they meet the Titans.
No. They're gonna beat the Titans. The way I look at it, their biggest opponent right now is the Packers. Maybe
the Giants.
Maybe hold
the
on.
Giants.
Maybe I will go ahead and not be too harsh on them. Maybe the Titans, because if they straighten up, they will become devastating depending on the situation.
Titans are right there. They're right there. They're the second half team. They could be all right.
They got an easy schedule though, man. For real.
Oh, yeah. But then
naturally, I'll say it's a fight when they play against us. But dude, that's crazy though.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I may sound crazy when I say this. I think this one's gonna be a wild card.
You think so?
I think this is gonna be a wild card. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Colts have always been that team where you think they down and out and they find a way to fucking win the game.
Right.
And I see that with the Colts. Colts may look down and look nasty, but they won their last game.
Right.
They won their last game. But knowing Ryan, he's going to find some guys to throw to. Somebody's going to test that freaking secondary they got. I think the Eagles do got somewhat of a good secondary, but somebody's going to test it, and I believe it's going to be the Colts. But we can't slouch on the Steelers. I can't believe I'm giving them credit.
Yeah.
Steelers. Now, if I could pick another wild card game or have that as my number one wild card game, it will be that next game, the Steelers and the Eagles, because the Steelers, they won their game. They barely won their last game, a game that they should have lost, but they came back and they won it. If they continue to play that type of game, they can beat the Eagles. Because I guarantee you the Eagles will sit there saying, Go ahead.
But my question to you is, what's making them so supposedly invincible at this point? Is it because do you believe it's the schedule, or do you believe it's I don't know, man.
I
I mean, these teams
I'm
aren't. Go ahead.
I understand how you feeling, and I will feel that same way too. But man, I learned as being a Cowboys fan, games that we should easily win, but these guys be balling out of fucking control. Like if we
Right.
played the Cardinals or something, Cardinals could have like a garbage ass freaking record, and they go up in there and they're playing like a top caliber Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
we play, I remember that one time, and I remember I witnessed my first game or something like that. Is when we played Detroit, and that was sometime in 2006, 2007, where
Yeah.
I said, man, we're gonna beat Detroit. Detroit ain't shit. Detroit went into Texas Stadium and whipped our ass to the point where you remember we had the stars on the side, the freaking in the end zone. The
Yeah.
dude, the wide receiver, literally threw the football at the star, and the star fell and it cracked, and we lost that game. I
That's
was like,
embarrassing.
yo, that's I said that's so fucking ironic, and my boys gave me shit the rest of the motherfucking day.
I
To
bet.
the point, I to the point where they rode with me, and I was wanting to lead them up against it. Y'all walk the rest of the way.
How
So
the
point,
fuck? How to be like, hey, how the fuck you think you gonna get back?
right?
Oh,
I
I really
so
want.
bad, and I got this feeling because right now the Eagles fans, the Feagles fans, let's be clear,
Right.
are on a high right now. They think that they're gonna beat the freaking goddamn Dolphins record of being 18. Well, it's not 18-0, but 19-0, which is not gonna happen. So they need a game like this
Wait a minute. Who was
to
the
knock
last?
them down.
Who's the last person that? Who's the last team that supposedly was going to do that? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that the Patriots? And then they lost in the Super Bowl. I was like, dude.
So that's the outcome that they right now all Feagles fans are saying right now. It's bad enough that YouTube is referring me to these freaking pages. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So
Right.
here's the thing. I'm telling you, Feagles fans, you can rewind back to this part of the show. The Steelers and Steelers fans, I know we've been dogging y'all asses too, but I know y'all want to beat the little brother that's in y'all state.
Yep. Yep.
So here's what I'm telling you, Feagles, back to you. This is going to be a game. You're going to have a game that's going to knock y'all back down to earth. They're going to figure out your offensive scheme. They're going to test that secondary. They're going to keep testing it to the point where it's going to break. Trust me.
Not unless they're changing it every week, because that's the only way that I can see that happening.
Right,
especially in this day and age.
And knowing the Feagles, they're gonna stick to what works. No matter what head coach they got, no matter what quarterback they got, they're gonna stick to what works until they finally get figured out. And I'm telling you, I'm not sleeping on the Steelers. I'm not. I'm sure not, even though they're last in their division. But when you're last in your division and you're going against a 6-0, and not to mention it's an inner city rival between y'all two,
yeah,
you become
that wounded dog.
Right. What you do with the dogs backed up in the corner? That dog's gonna bite anything that moves.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, the Feagles, they up here. They're right here. And I'm not saying they don't have every right to be up there, but they're right there. But eventually, you're gonna get that humble pie, and it's gonna bring you right back down to here and tell you, hey, you still a regular team.
Yep.
With regular men.
Yep.
That can still take the L. And I'm telling you, and when they lose, everybody's gonna be watching. Everybody's going to be taking note, even for the Texans, which should be easy. Those Texans going to be watching that shit because they go down to freaking Texas. They go down to Houston, and they're going to be watching that film, and they're going to be like, okay, this is how the Steelers stopping. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to modify this, modify that. And I know definitely the Commanders are going to be watching. I'm nice because I call them Commanders rather than commies. They're going to be watching that shit too. Because Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio is going to be watching that shit, and they're going to be like, okay, this is where we fucked up on. Okay, we're going to fix this. I'm telling you, these three games is not going to be easy.
I got a question for you about the Commanders, since you mentioned them.
Mm.
Do you think? And I saw something like vaguely as I was leaving the gym today. Um, do you think they're going to try to get their owner ousted and release the team, like let go of the team at some point or sell it or whatnot?
All right, so this is me. So apparently, this guy got dirt on a lot of owners as well as the commissioner.
He got a lot of dirt on who on
Oh, you
owners.
didn't hear? You didn't hear?
No,
He said, "If y'all taking me, I'm taking everybody." He did a Nino Brown in court, dog.
he did not. He
He
did
did a
not do
Nino
that.
Brown. He said, "I'm not the only one going down. I got dirt on everybody."
Okay. I remember the last person who said that. He
I,
ended up hanging
that's
himself. He ended
that's
up hanging himself in a jail cell. You better stop. Yeah.
because he said that because what's his face? John Gruden, because John Gruden was trying to do it, but I guess somebody like, look at John Gruden, don't do it, dog. Don't do it. I know dirt on everybody. No. But I think other than John Gruden, because he was a head coach, you're talking about an owner. They're trying to Michael Sterling this dude. So this dude, I guarantee Michael Sterling, when his racist ass, he's somewhere like, man, I wish I could have done that.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
But freaking Stars like, I'm not going down without a fight. I know your dirt. I know your dirt. I know your dirt. I know your dirt. I definitely know your dirt, Commissioner, and all the things you've been doing. He said he even know the reason why you didn't have Kaepernick playing. So do you want me to say that?
No, he didn't do
He
that.
got the dirt. He got the dirt. So realize during this whole entire week, you didn't hear nothing about Snyder, other than that team sucked. But
Only
anything beyond that.
Yeah, only thing that I heard about, I saw a glimpse of that as I was leaving the gym, and I was like, would they really try to do that? Because it's the same thing that they were trying to hurt him prior when they wanted him to change the name of the team. And then he took a stand talking about, I'll never change the name of the team. And I was like, wow, here we go. Now you done did the El Matador thing. You're giving a red flag so they can try to hit you with the horns. And sure enough, they made such a stink about it that he had to change the name. And so after that, it was like, okay, I'm thinking literally they're going to leave this guy alone now. And then I seen that story this morning, but I couldn't sit and watch it because I had to go to work. But I was like, dude, is he going to lose his fucking team? This is crazy, man. This is
it's more than
scary.
just a name. Sexual harassment charges for cheerleaders.
Yo, for real. I heard
Sexual
about
harassment
that
charges, and then not to mention, his old general manager was on the emails with John Gruden talking about Kaepernick, talking about that one player, that first gay player to get drafted, all that stuff. He was a part of those emails. All those emails that Gruden was saying, his guy who was still part of the Washington organization was agreeing with them and carrying on with them.
Wow.
But so it's not only just name change. Now the reason for the name change, now the NFL couldn't do too much until FedEx stepped in. FedEx was like, if you don't take the name, we're leaving. And FedEx, that's the name of that stadium.
Yeah,
See,
FedEx Stadium.
Yeah. Because what's the name? To be honest, Roger Goodell only could say so much. He had to have the backing of the rest of the owners. But then when your owners, the not owners, the sponsors start to say like, yo, dog, look here. We got Native Americans that work with us, that we do business with. It behoove you if you decide to change the name, because if you don't change the name, we're going to change this name of this arena, and it's going to be known as the Washington Arena.
Parking lot. The Washington parking lot. Because nobody going to be there.
Right. Because guess what? FedEx ain't going to be your marquee anymore, even though the stadium is shit anyway.
Yeah. I didn't understand that either. When they said that they were building a new stadium, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? That's a smooth deal. And it's an open field stadium. I was like, you are the dumbest son of a bitches ever known to man. Why would you make a modern stadium not a dome, because I mean, a lot of people like New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
New York had hosted a Super Bowl because it's that type of town. You can do that,
Mm-hmm.
and they did it in a dome. You have a dome in there. Why would you not make it a dome stadium? But you're an idiot. You're an idiot. And I should know. I'm from that place, and they do not think. Naturally, they will go ahead and use people's resources that's in that surrounding area to make that shit happen. But I was like, I can't believe these guys. They made
Yeah.
an open dome, man. That was crazy.
But I
I,
mean, but I mean, Will Snyder. Now, if they do succeed at taking his ownership privileges away and make him sell the team, it's going to be very interesting. The outcome, the aftermath of all the things. I am
listen,
here for it.
listen. I'm saying this. I'm not saying that the NFL is like the mafia, but I will say this: if you got dirt on other people and you're threatening everybody like that, you might want to tread lightly,
That
because
too.
yeah, because I mean, I'm thinking this: if I'm the commissioner and people wanted to throw me out at one point, they wanted to throw him out at one point.
Yeah.
He threw lawyers at him. Like, he was like, "You get rid of me, you're gonna have to do all of this type of stuff because I read my contract and everything, and I know what I'm entitled to and all this other stuff." And I was like, "Ooh, he know what the hell he's doing. Okay, this is a smart guy." So now you're threatening all of the owners that got dirt, including the commissioner. Yo, you better tread lightly.
Yeah.
And,
Unless he got some firepower behind him, but nothing comes close to the commissioner.
listen, he's a multimillionaire, possibly damn near billionaire himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter how much money you have if the rest of the league is against you. So if you, I mean, that's like fighting a civil war with one state against the whole country. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That makes no sense. So I was like, dude, you're surrounded, bro. You might want to be careful though, for real, for real. But that's just me saying that.
I
I
got
had
you.
no idea. Nah,
I
huh?
got you. But however it plays out, even how you explain it, I'm here for it. It's just as long as it's not dragging the Cowboys down up in it, that's all that matters to me.
Hell no, man.
Yeah.
I just want to know what this dirt is supposedly, man. I was like,
I,
how you gonna
I
say
really
I can?
do, but he did say like I know Dirt what you did to Kaepernick, man. You was part of that, and then all the other stuff, all the other owners with sexual harassments that we ain't hear and all that stuff, man. Whoo wee, like the
He
old
had,
saying, was done in the dark shall be brought to the light eventually.
yeah, because it was known that he had did that, and I was surprised he was still like out and about at one point, because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
nigga, aren't you in trial? Are you supposed to be going to trial, right? I mean, what is you doing? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Mm,
it is what it is, though,
I
man.
know.
That guy is crazy.
But yeah, but Billsley, don't want to hold the people up too long. But this is gonna be the new show. You wouldn't mind doing this every Wednesday, dog?
That'll be cool.
All
That'll be
right,
cool.
every Wednesday we're gonna be talking shit. Now there are other great cowboy shows out there. I could think of Mark Holmes. I could think of Law Nation. Even my boy Shango. Love Shango show. But for our show, we're just gonna talk a whole lot of shit, mainly to the haters. So it's more of a haters coming in. Just like more of a haters ball. Oh,
Hey,
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 hey.
hey,
You're
hey,
like, and you hear
hey,
one like, hey man, you corny. The
hey.
next nigga that say something don't get shot.
I love that. Ice
Because
T, man. Ice T.
look,
He crazy.
because this show is gonna be dedicated to all the haters because we're going to talk shit. We already know Cowboys is a great franchise, and you wish your franchise was this close. We're just going to talk about the facts that you don't want to hear. We're going to make a mockery of your team to your face. And then also, most of all, we're going to look at your schedules and we're going to give our picks on if you are going to win or not. We are respectful haters here. So this show is more dedicated to y'all and put us in that category of, oh, y'all think y'all up there because y'all America's team. Consider that show that.
I mean,
You know that we're
well,
Americans.
it makes me want to go ahead and watch the other games too. To be real about it, I've only been watching Cowboy games this whole
Same here.
time.
Um,
I,
uh,
I've been like,
Sometimes now, see, I got fantasy, so I gotta watch the games where my fantasy players play. So
yeah, you
I, I
have
got,
to.
I got, I
You,
have to. But yeah, we're gonna if you
I,
want to,
wa-
and then also the watch party. If you want to do a watch party,
Probably that. I think that'll be cool.
I hit you up
If
and
I'm
see my
here and
schedule. Yeah.
everything, yeah, I got
I,
you,
I,
bro.
yeah, I checked my schedule. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Cowboy Shit Talk, the very first episode of many. As my boy, you know what, Billsy? Before we to head on out, I want you to do the Tower of Power. I think it's only right that we do that, dog. Close us out. I have been your host, Monte Morris. Billsy, head us on out as we go to the Tower of Power.
I swear, I love that. I love the emblem and everything. Anyway, basically, by this being the first show of Cowboy talking shit and everything, or shit talk, basically, it's like this, man. It's like I've said many times before, whether within this show or even before this show. The Dallas Cowboys is the standard of the NFL. You wish your team was talked about whether they win or lose. Number one, you wish you had an owner that was like Jerry Jones. And you also most definitely wish that your cheerleaders were as pretty and as athletic and as known worldwide, just like the Cowboys themselves. You got to understand that when your team is trash juice, like I said early on, it makes sense that you would hate on America's team the way you do. Now, next week, we are going to go ahead and have a little tussle with a team known as the Detroit Lions. Now, I will say this. The Detroit Lions are looking horrible right now. But then again, that's every year. Beyond all of that, I will say this. This ass whooping is going to be swift and disgusting. It's almost like in 300 when Leonidas' wife had stabbed the senator in his stomach because he was a traitor and said, this will not be a short time and you will not like this. That's what's about to happen. You're about to get ripped from your guts to your jawline, and it's going to be ugly. So be prepared for the devastation. I don't know what Detroit does when they're in a depression, when their team loses, but it will be that. Probably like DC, the DC depression. But either way, get ready for Sunday because it's going to be ugly. I'm the Super Soul Warrior, War D1.